Hi, today I'm making sausage balls. Now I usually make these around Christmas time once a year and pop them in the freezer. They freeze terrifically and are a great sort of grab and go snack slash breakfast. At Christmas time, since we've moved to Savannah, it's been our family tradition when Andrew and Grace are here to play golf on Christmas morning. And when you're playing golf on Christmas morning with our family, that means that you're also having some mimosas, and that calls for a nice snack to go with that. So I always heat up the sausage balls, wrap them in foil, put them in a little thermal bag, and they stay nice and warm so that we can drink our mimosas, play some golf, and have a sausage ball. They freeze great. I wanted to mention that to you. I've even found them in the bottom of my freezer in March or April after having made them in early December. Heat them up in the oven and they're just delicious. So I think they're kind of perfect because you've got the protein in the sausage and then a little bit of carb with the Bisquick mix and some flavor and some heat, which makes it kind of festive. Now I wanted to mention that in this recipe that I'm using, I use mild sausage and I season it with cayenne pepper. You could use a medium hot sausage or a hot sausage if that's what pleases you or if that's what your taste buds call for. It doesn't really matter. It's a family recipe. It's all over the internet. It's not my original recipe, but I just think that it's very appropriate for this time of year. So easy to make, and you always get lots of compliments from it. The ingredients to make sausage balls are 1 pound of breakfast sausage. I've used the mild variety here. 8 ounces of shredded cheddar cheese. 3 cups of baking mix. To season it, you're going to use cayenne pepper. You could also use Tabasco sauce. You could also use some crushed red pepper flakes if you want. Just depends on what intensity you'd like to have. And here I'm grating 8 ounces of cheddar cheese on my box grater. So to mix these ingredients, I'm going to put them in my stand mixer and mix everything well and then form them into balls. Feel free to use your hands if you want to. It's not what I prefer to do. Okay, here's the sausage mixture, ready to go, ready to be formed into balls. I also have my handy dandy ice cream scoop. It's a mini scoop that will make the perfect size sausage ball. The oven has been preheated to 375 degrees, and I have my cookie sheet that's lined with parchment paper, ready to go. Now I did think of something as I was mixing the sausage balls, and I wanted to share it with you. You know how when you're making cookies or cake, many times the directions say to mix all your dry ingredients together first and then add them. And I thought it would be a good idea to mix your cayenne pepper or your red pepper flakes or whatever you're using for heat in this recipe. Mix that into the flour mixture or the baking mix mixture and then add it into the sausage and cheese. And I think it would incorporate a little bit more thoroughly and would be worth doing. So I'm gonna make these into sausage balls now and get them in the oven. So cue the music. Oh, I just wanted to mention I also put my apron on because I'm dressed for the day and I'm going to play Mahjong this afternoon.
Jingle bell, jingle bell rock, jingle bells.
So this recipe gave me 38 sausage balls, which I'm now going to pop into the oven at 375 degrees and cook until they turn golden brown. These were in the oven for about 15 minutes at 375. You can see that they've browned up nicely. You can see that the cheese has started to brown that's on the top of the sausage balls. I'm going to let these cool on the trays, and then once they're completely cool, I'll store them in an airtight container in the freezer until I'm ready to use them. So look at this sausage ball, absolutely perfect. It's brown and crispy on the outside and full of all kinds of sausage flavor on the inside. I know this because I've already eaten one. Now I'm going to wrap the rest and put them in the freezer. And I'm very hopeful that in April or May, I'll find some in the bottom of my freezer and I can heat them up and I can remember all the fun we had on Christmas with the family playing golf. I hope you enjoy them, and I hope that you make them and create your own Christmas memories with your family. But most of all, I hope you remember that the fork is always on the left.